Well, at this point, we're making this video before the election results are in. We're doing it on Election Day. So we don't really know what the outcome will be, but let's try to plan ahead a little bit. The consensus as we're speaking, as you probably know, is for a Democratic House, a Republican Senate. And so that would lead to a split Congress. And I think that at that point, depending on how, assuming it doesn't get too nasty in terms of the political infighting, which may or may not be a tough assumption, I think both sides would be looking for something that they could agree upon. And there's really not that much of a shared commonality of interest right now, with I see with one exception being infrastructure. And everyone is pretty much in agreement that infrastructure is a need that must be addressed nationally. It's the kind of thing that congressmen love to do because they bring stuff home to their district. Everyone wants to be able to say, well, I got this road repaved or this bridge built or this off-ramp fixed, that kind of thing. And so it's in many ways an easy win. And it would worry me, actually, if we can't get infrastructure done. We haven't for 2 years, which is kind of surprising. It would worry me if we can't because, A, we need the infrastructure, and B, it just shows you how toxic politics have become. So that would be a problem. In terms of infrastructure plays, I would look for construction companies. On a TV piece, I mentioned Fluor as being the type of company that would benefit. These are the type of things that one might be looking for if you see an infrastructure play. On the downside, one that worries me a little bit is another thing that I think actually both parties can agree on to a certain extent is regulation in the tech sector. Our biggest tech companies, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, et cetera, which have huge weights in NDX, collect enormous amounts of data on people. We all know that, and we just sort of are willing to deal with it. The president has made various noises about regulating Amazon, and I worry that a lot of that is him taking stuff personally. But I do think that you can actually end up with a strange consensus from sort of the far left and the far right toward some sort of regulation of the way these companies use people's data. This is probably a less likely thing to occur, but that may be the sort of bipartisan stuff that you can see them agreeing on. And even though we have a president who's committed to deregulation, it may fall into his wheelhouse because it sort of accomplishes goals that he wants that are adjacent to it. So we'll see what happens. I think hopefully I've given you one reward and one risk, and we'll see what the election results tell us.